Hey gang, it's Tom with Lake Erie Dogs. I want to open up your mind a little bit to how the dog's brain works. I thought about it in a real simple way that I think that can really help a lot of owners understand it. So back in the day, it wasn't easy to make a phone call back in like the early 1900s. You'd probably have to go somewhere to use a phone in the first place, and you couldn't just dial in a number. You would pick up the phone and then an operator would answer and say, "Operator, how may I direct your line?" In which that operator sat in a room with thousands of lines like this and hundreds of other operators with a giant switchboard in front of them where they took your input phone line and plugged it into the phone number that you were trying to get a hold of and the line you were trying to connect to. Your dog's brain is a lot like this operating room. There's hundreds of operators and there's hundreds of input information being given to them at one time where they need to send that information to the right output response, aka finding the right number. So let's say your input line is another dog that your dog sees. Your dog sees that other dog, and then there's this moment to process it, which the operator says, "How may I direct your line?" Well, your dog's brain is sitting there, "I'm going to plug this line into, let's say, reactivity or aggression." So once your dog is already giving a reactive response to another dog, you miss the opportunity. Your opportunity comes from the training. The training is your internal affairs for the telephone company, okay? So your training and you come into the dog's brain while they're thinking out and they're processing the information that you're seeing. The training and the training tools give you the ability to interrupt that person from that operator from doing their job wrong and direct the dog's response to the right line. Okay, so we have that ability to go in and say, "Hey, you've been calling the wrong people and sending out the wrong phone calls and people are having issues having to keep calling back. We need to make sure that rather than directing the line to reactivity, we need to direct it to coexistence and non-reactivity." Okay, so that's why timing matters. Make sure you catch it before it happens and interrupt that process before it's too late. And then you can have a proper response from the dog, and we can begin to start seeing changes in our dog's responses in the training.